Okay, so here is a photo I took of Run-D.M.C and Posse taken in Hollis, Queens in 1984. And at the time I was working for The Face magazine, which is a British style magazine. And they called me, I was in New York, and asked me to go and document the newly exciting hip-hop scene. So I got a phone number, which was, turned out to be the phone number for Jam Master Jay, and he was like, oh, okay, so just meet me at the Hollis, Queens subway stop. So bearing in mind, before cell phones or pages or anything, it's kind of, I didn't know where Queens was because I'm not from here. I didn't know, if it was going to be like the Bronx or whatever, Harlem. I had no idea. So I got on a train with my Hasselblad. I had one camera, just had one camera with a couple of backs loaded. And I get off, and there's Jam Master Jay waiting for me at the subway stop. And it was really strange. I wasn't expecting it. I walked along the street with him, and, we came to the end of the street, and there were these guys. And they were just standing there, hanging out. And I was expecting something else. I didn't realize it was going to be such a leafy suburb. So, I don't know Queens, but, in this photo, I come to find out is Jam Master Jay, Daryl McDaniels, a.k.a. D.M.C, Joseph Simmons, a.k.a. DJ Run, and their friends, a guy called Cool D, another guy called Butter Love, that's him crouching, who comprised the Hollis crew, who cut It's a Beat as a Def Jam single in a year later, and this guy Fat Lud, and Ronnie Ray, who was the roadie for the Run-D.M.C for many years, but I didn't know who they were. So I just thought, well, they're really cool, they look really interesting, I love what they're wearing. I was checking the sneakers, always into the style, checking the gazelles, the Kangols, and I just took the shot. I barely said hello, and they, I just kind of went, get a little close together, and that's what they did. And I kind of love this shot. It turns out to be maybe one of my best-selling shots when I sell it at galleries. And I think one of the reasons it's important is that these guys all grew up in Hollis, Queens, and Hollis was just a nice suburb, a nice place to bring up kids. And rap, up until then, had been kind of from the Bronx, and people, were rapping about living in apartments in poor neighborhoods, and then these guys come along and they're rapping about growing up in Hollis, which, as you can see, this is the street we think that they grew up on. It's kind of a nice leafy suburb, and, they wrote in Sucker MC, I'm light-skinned, I live in Queens, and I love eating chicken and collard greens, which, that took a lot of courage. They were writing about Queens, and they got a lot of flack from the Bronx rappers who were a bit more hardcore. And I think, this was basically the end of the old school and the start of the new school rap. And the Bronx rappers, in some ways, were pretty much put out of business by Run-D.M.C and the new guys that were coming up. And I think it started a whole new thing because people could actually rap about neighborhoods that weren't, poor neighborhoods, and, they could rap they were from LA, whatever neighborhood they were from, Staten Island, and big up their neighborhoods. So it was this photo kind of turned out to be a sort of turning point in rap. And people have said that there's something iconic about this photo, and Bill Adler says it's like a photo of the Beatles in Liverpool or Elvis in Memphis. He may be slightly exaggerating, but, Run-D.M.C, they're really, really important, and they kind of changed everything in hip-hop. And as Jam Master Jay would say, and maybe Eric B. and Rakim also, it's not where you're from, it's where you're at.